Okay, hi guys. All right. So hi everyone. I'm sorry that I actually went live a little bit late. 6 minutes late to be precise. All right. So because me and Dr. YKK were actually discussing. So today is supposed to be the day where I actually bring in Dr. YKK for our merchant live session. And the topic was supposed to be great because Dr. YKK, he's actually a innovator. He's a former Mensa member. He used to work at Lego and he has done so much more things. He's actually worldwide famous. So it was actually a plan to actually introduce him to our Mindappz family, but then I'm sorry to say that probably Dr. YKK is having a little bit problem with his connection, with his line connection. So I'll give him 5 more minutes. If not, you guys don't worry much, because I will just postpone the interview with Dr. YKK to next week. But we'll wait for another 5 minutes for him. And thank you guys. Thank you for joining the live sessions, Suganti and also Evangeline. You guys are great. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. And yep, today's supposed to be the live sessions with Dr. YKK, but we are still waiting for Dr. YKK to enter the stream because he is rebooting his laptop. And if worst comes to worst, I think I'll have to postpone the live sessions to next week. All right. So stay tuned, guys. Probably we just give him like another 5 minutes, another 5 to 10 minutes, and probably he will be entering our live session. So what, as an overview of our topic today, which is creative parents, creative children, because nowadays children, they are becoming more and more smart. They are more tech savvy than we were when we were little kids. They are more used to actually holding smartphones instead of holding pens at first. All right, so how do we control that? Of course, there are several rules. There are several things that you need to follow, which will be explained by Dr. YKK in detail. Because for him, creative parents create creative children. Because if the parents they are not helping the education of the children while they are being raised up, then the connection between the parent and the child will be lost, and the creativity will die in the middle. All right. So hi everyone that just joined us. We've got 14 people. Hi guys. Hi Muhammad Usaini. Thank you for joining in. And to all of you that just joined, this live session is supposed to be with Dr. YKK, but I don't think he has settled his problem yet, but I'm still waiting for him. We are still in contact. He is rebooting his laptop actually. All right. So if you guys have anything that you guys want to discuss about your children, about your kids, about their creative behavior, probably that you guys can just like give a comment. You guys can just like discuss it with me first before Dr. YKK arrives. Right. So hi Nur Aina Atira. I'm so glad that you guys are still here. So, being a parent of a child in the year 2020 is not the same as being a parent if you are a parent in 1995, for example, because even though the gap is not that far, 25 years, but the things that have been happening all around the world has changed 360 degrees, right? So I believe that children nowadays, they need a little more softer approach. Yeah, because being Asians, we were born in a culture where we were not allowed to do things. We were not allowed to be outspoken. I don't know about you guys, but me, my mom, May, I'm very sorry if you are watching this live stream, May, but my mom was a really tough person. But then I really love the fact that, she taught me that way because I became this way. All right. All right. So right now, Dr. YKK is in, but I don't see. Wait. I'm actually like trying to connect with Dr. YKK on the stream right now. He says that he's in, but he cannot see me. Wait. Let me try. No, I still can't see him. Wait. All right. So I've copied a clipboard. Okay. So hopefully Dr. YKK can actually like come in this time around. So you guys have got to hear it from him, because if you guys remember, on Tuesday I actually reviewed his newest product, which it was actually a great product that I could not believe that I did not. Of course, it just came in, but I have never thought of creating fairy tales like that, right? So if you guys have still yet to purchase the product, please go on www.mindappz.com and find the product. All right, it's listed in the new arrival, so you guys can just like read it, and even tonight you guys can start creating your own fairy tales for your children. All right. Okay, so hi everyone that just entered. We are still waiting for Dr. YKK, but he is hopefully he's on the way to our live stream. Okay, so hi everyone that just joined us. Today is going to be the topic is going to be creative parents, creative children. So if you guys have any input that you guys want to share before Dr. YKK comes in, you guys can just like put it in the comments, show some love. But don't share it yet, because Dr. YKK is not here yet. So we'll wait for him first, and then we'll share the live stream. All right. So again, let me guys while waiting for Dr. YKK, let me just like give you a heads up to his products on Mindappz. All right. So as of now, Dr. YKK has 3 products on Mindappz, and the 3 products I can tell you guys, it is seriously worth to buy. All right, because the first product that I want to show you guys is the first book that he actually put on Mindappz. All right, so it is actually called "You Are Creative, Let Your Creativity Bloom." In this book, he is actually telling everyone that no matter if you are good in mathematics, no matter if you are good in arts, drawing and such, you guys can always become. You guys can always become. All right, so hi, Dr. YKK is finally in the stream. Hi,
yeah,
doctor.
Using my phone, I cannot use my computer.
Oh, okay. Thank God that the technology now is like super cool, so that you can just like use your handphones, and you can use or you can even use your PC, right? Okay, so we can actually get this interview started. All right, so doctor, I've already let the viewers know about your brief introduction. So can you let everyone know about your background, about your experience? Let me just close the share screen first.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Sim. Well, I am born and bred in Kuala Lumpur. Right. From young, I love creativity, science, and mathematics. So I had 3 ambitions when I was a small kid at primary school. And my 3 ambitions are to be a scientist, to be a writer, and to be a speaker. I am glad to report that I achieved all 3. And in terms of being a scientist, I've actually covered the whole spectrum, nearly the whole spectrum of science. For example, I worked in a lab as a chemist for 6 years in Syria.
Wow.
And then after that, I was seconded to the Ministry of Science to coordinate the National Science Center project in Bukit Kiara. So if you have gone to the National Science Center Bukit Kiara, you can see what I planned. I planned the entire project from zero, rubber estate there, to have the spaceship design of the Science Center. Right?
Wow.
And then after that, I was seconded to the Privacy Department to be a strategist on high technology, an organization called MIGHT, Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology, where I was also the head of corporate communications. So I am a best-selling author, and also I am an international speaker. I've spoken in many countries around the world, including UK, America, Europe, and Australia, New Zealand, and India, China, and so on.
That's really impressive, doctor. You didn't achieve all 3, doctor. You actually excelled in all 3, right? Because see guys, to all the viewers, I told you guys before, Dr. YKK is exceptional. So he has done so many things. He has worked at so many places. He has met so many people, right? So doctor, I see that there are a lot of comments that are saying hi to you. Miss Ashwini saying hi, Dr. YKK. Miss Nantini, hi, Dr. YKK. Everyone is saying Dr. YKK is in the house. So can everyone just like show some love to Dr. YKK, please? Right. So, doctor, being an international speaker, being a writer. So, can you let the viewers know about the focus of your speeches, the focus of your products, especially the ones that you have actually published on Mindappz?
Yes, I have a very wide interest, and actually, in my school, my favorite subject is English literature.
Wow, that's similar to me.
But at that time, during my time, when you are a top student, you automatically go to science, no choice, stream to science.
Oh,
So I studied science at
yeah.
school because it gives you a good foundation. And from young, I am interested in creativity and innovation, right? And I've written about 20 books on the subject of creativity and innovation. My
Wow.
latest book is called Hi Dad, Create Original Fairy Tales for Your Kids. And
Okay.
the subtitle is Grandpas Can Do It Too. I feel this is very important because this is based on my experiences as a father and a grandpa as well, right? As a dad and a grandpa.
I see.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
because I've been reading the book, and I can actually feel that you actually poured your soul into the words that you use. I really feel that you are actually like talking to the reader itself. So it's a really fascinating book.
yeah, you have read it.
Okay,
That's
yeah, so the viewers can now actually see your product on screen, doctor. I'm actually sharing the
yeah,
product
I can see
that is
that.
available on Mindappz. Oh, okay, nice. So viewers, if you guys have not purchased the book, you guys have got to purchase this book, all right? Because you guys will be storytellers in no time, all right? Okay. So doctor, we are moving towards our topic of discussion for today, which is creative parents create creative kids. So can you give your take on the term creative parents, creative children?
Uh, Actually, based on a study by NASA, it shows that children at 5 years old are the most creative. And that's why
I see.
when the reporter interviewed Professor Albert Einstein and asked him, what is the secret of the success, Professor? You know what he said? He said that
What?
the secret of my success is because I am mentally retarded. Can you imagine
Yeah.
Einstein being a mentally retarded?
he
And
he
so the
gave that
reporter
answer.
was, yeah, this is the answer by Albert Einstein. He said the secret of his genius is being mentally retarded.
Wow. Okay, so let me
Can you
just repeat,
believe
guys.
that Einstein said that he's
Yeah. Yeah.
mentally retarded?
So
So
for
they asked him further, and he told them that because he never gone his mind thinking his thinking mind never went beyond 5 years old because 5 years old is the most creative, and he asked a lot of so-called stupid silly questions like what happens to sit on light D and carry a clock, will the clock go faster or slower, right? And
oh,
that
I
is the
see.
basis of his theory of relativity, right? So
Mm,
when you talk about children, they are much more creative than us. We cannot
yeah.
teach them creativity. What we can do is to nurture that creativity, right? That's what I do. That's what creating parenting is all about. You know, having the children to be creative and give them all the help and give the environment to be creative. For example, my
Mm,
grandchildren have a great time, exploring insects, plants, and all sorts of things. And their friends' parents were very aghast at this because they why your grandson take them take your grandson around my daughter takes my grandson around, my granddaughter around, playing chasing animals and catching butterflies, insects, ladybirds, everything,
Yeah. Oh, I see.
creativity.
Oh, from the words that you spoke, the creativity of the child is should actually be nurtured by the parents lah. Meaning to say that the parents must lion their children's stupid questions, right? Because the children they don't have any information like we do about the world. So when they ask, we should always answer. Is that correct, doctor?
Well, I don't think even the smartest professor can answer all the children's questions,
Yeah,
right?
true,
And
true.
so innocent and so profound sometimes. So that's why I created fairy tales, because with fairy tale you can answer any question. So after I found myself lost to give them answers, I created fairy tales, right?
Oh,
So
I see.
fairy tales can answer any question. And
Yeah.
how I create these fairy tales at
Oh.
bedtime. I'll go to my
Oh.
daughter's room and lie down on her bed, and she'll sleep on my arm, and then she'll ask me questions. Now, based on the question, I'll create an instant fairy tale for her. No time to plot
at
the
at that
fairy
moment.
tale. It's instant, right?
Okay, so for me, I think that's gonna take some time to train lah, because I can't actually just like create my own fairy tale right on the spot. But you can do that, doctor.
Yes, no time, no problem.
Means
Anytime I
it,
can create a fairy tale. And now I'm doing it for my
okay,
grandchildren
right,
too.
guys. Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
actually,
All
if
right, so to all
you
the
have read
viewers,
my book, you have read my
yeah,
book. Actually,
yeah,
you
I have
follow
read
the
your book.
system. After some time, you will be able to create fairy tales by yourself.
Yeah, because right now I'm actually only beginning to train to use it with my son, but then it is still hard for me to actually just like create ideas from my own head. But then I still need training lah. But the way that you wrote it was like so simple, so it's so good. And to all the viewers, again, I am pleading you guys, if you guys have not purchased the book, purchase it for your children, all right? Because of course the connection in 2020, the connection is more vague than ever. So to bridge that connection, you gotta like stay close with your child, you gotta nurture their creativity, right? So hi everyone that just joined us, Miss Rina, Rajesh, and Doctor. Everyone is saying like that your words are inspirational. Okay, so Doctor, from your point of view during the MCO, during the recovery MCO, and all the stages of the MCO, what what can be done by the parents to actually like create the want to learn, meaning to say that to make their children want to learn by themselves, not for the sake of exams, but how can a parent help their children to be excited in learning?
Well, most important, I think, is not to spend too much time playing computer games. I mean, some of them are good, but generally, at the young age, in fact, the American Association for Physicians say that a child should not be exposed to computers and all these smartphones until they're after 3 years old. Before
Oh,
three,
I
you see,
see.
they learn by tasting. Even they take a slipper and bite and everything. They taste it and they feel it
Yeah.
and rolling, all that are very part of the mental development process. So for me,
Mm.
there are many simple activities actually parents can do with their children. In fact, most of them don't need any money. I've written a book
Yeah.
on how to nurture creative children, and the best toys in the
Oh.
world, especially the toy that Princess Diana gave to the her two sons. You know what happened? The two sons, they had the best toy, and everyone can give the same toy to their children. You know what's the best toy in the world? Do you want to know?
Oh. What was it?
Toy in the world is one that the children can use their imagination to create whatever they want. And
Oh, okay.
and the best
So
thing
so
is, it is just an empty box, because to a children's
huh?
imagination, it can be a tank, it can be an aquarium, It can be an aeroplane, it can be a submarine, it can be a body armor, a soldier armor. So it's all when you have can use imagination, you see. The worst
Oh,
toys
I
are those
see.
which are battery operated, like the train. You just switch it on, it goes round and round. There is no input
And that,
to kids' imagination.
oh, I see. So you gotta give toys that actually pluck out the imagination of your child. Is that true?
Yes, the more
Oh,
expensive the toy is, the worse it is most of the time. For example, when my first daughter was about 4 years old or
um,
so, it was in UK. I went to Harris and bought her this Star Wars, this robot, and
okay.
she was interested in for less than half an hour, and then she had a lot of fun playing with the box.
So, oh,
With
so
the
so so
Star Wars robots. You just switch it on, just move. No, they don't use the imagination at all. And that is
oh,
actually
I
very costly.
see.
It cost me £50 or so. But the box
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
free
yeah.
with the toy. That's the one which
Ye-
we are good. I,
That's the best part about it because it's cheap.
yes.
All right,
In
so
fact, parents don't need to spend a lot of money buying expensive toy. The best
oh,
test is whether the children can add their imagination to it. If you
it's
cannot add imagination, don't buy it.
then it's useless, lah. Oh, okay, I understand. All right, so to all the viewers, what Dr. YKK mentioned just now, all right, the price of the toys does not matter, all right? It's whether if the toys can actually like bring out your children's creativity and imagination. That is what's important, all right? It can, um, um, according to the example given by Dr. YKK, Princess Diana gave an empty box to Prince Harry and Prince Charles, all right, and they enjoyed it. So even according to Dr. YKK, you don't need to spend lavishly on your children, right? So, um, Doctor, can you just like give a small list of the examples of the activities that parents and children can actually do together in order to nurture their creativity?
Yes, I think practically every child will have a lot of fun playing with the cushion and blankets, making a house and all that. I think that the parents can do that, can crawl into the house with them, you know, and have a fun
Oh,
with them. I think practically every child loves that. They create their
yeah,
own
yeah, true.
house. Yeah, so practically every child loves that. So the children, like the parents can crawl in with them and pretend to cook. In fact, they can even use real pots, but smaller scale or small ones. Don't even need to buy
Oh,
toys. For example, plastic spoons and all those things can be played using the imagination,
yo,
right?
so they can imagine it themselves, right? Oh, okay.
And
All right.
another thing I like activity is very, very simple, is to look at the clouds. If you have a nice park, you can go to a nice park, let's say Lake Gardens or something, lie on the grass together, look at the clouds. And you look
Oh,
at
and
into
then
the clouds, you can see all sorts of animals, all sorts of creatures, even
yeah, yeah, true.
monsters, dragons, horses, everything you can see. Use imagination. The important
Oh,
thing is when the child say, "Oh, I can see a dragon there." Don't say, "Oh, no, that's not a dragon. That looks like just like a funny looking cloud." Don't interfere like that. You have to accept that
that.
whatever you see and perceive, that's the reality for them. You see. So if you kill that reality all the time, next time they say, "Oh, they kill off their imagination." So it's very important to stare at the clouds and accept what the children say. Maybe ask them to explain, where's the mouth, where is the horn, and all that, and to explain to you. So actually,
Oh,
more creative by
oh, so
nurturing a child's creativity.
yeah, so the children, they can actually expand their thoughts, they can expand their knowledge and everything by explaining to you, right? I see. All
In
right.
fact,
So
they're high scorers, they score distinction. For adults, what's the creativity level after going to
what?
school and university? It's only 2%. A
Huh?
5-year-old
So
girl is 90% creativity. This is
wow.
the
Okay.
studies done by NASA.
Yeah, so that's a waste. Don't you agree? Because when you were 5 years old, you had 98% creativity, and then because you
98%.
are and then when you are given a set of for formal education, you become less creative in thinking about new things, right? That is quite interesting, doctor. So since we are entering the topic of students, can you like explain, because nowadays we always hear that parents are fighting with teachers, teachers are fighting with parents, both of them are not working together in order to raise good pupils, right? Good children.
Mm.
So do you think, from your point of view, that even parents play a major role in actually teaching, in actually educating the kids, apart from their school teachers?
Yes, actually, there's a Chinese saying that a 3-year-old child, their thinking and so on will be set until 80. Uh,
Oh,
so it's very
okay.
important actually from 0 to 3, when the moment they're born until 3 years old, it's very important to nurture their creativity, not only creativity, but also their value system and everything, because up to that is very important. In fact, I'm starting to do some research on pre-born babies, prenatal
On
babies.
Oh,
In
and
fact,
then
that's the
what?
time actually you train your baby, not when they are born, but before they are born. After 3 months or so, they actually can sense a lot of things, and a lot of
From
scientific
inside,
studies of this.
from even inside their mother's womb?
Yes, that's right.
Wow. Okay. So I best make sure my second child is nurtured properly then, because of course you only think about the child when he is born, right? You don't think about the child he's not born yet. Okay. Okay. All right. So to all the viewers, if you guys have any input that you guys want to share, if you guys want to discuss anything with a pro, now is your time, all right? Because I've got Dr. YKK, and probably he can answer your questions about your children, any problems that may have arisen when you guys are actually educating your children, all right? So if you guys have any comments, you guys can just like ask us in the comment, and I will politely ask Dr. YKK to actually address the comments. Okay. So doctor, let's continue with the questions. Inside the era of ICT, doctor, we can see that there are a lot of companies and even e-learning platforms. They are carried out in order to actually bring out, because before the MCO, of course, ICT education, I mean e-learning has already.
You're frozen. I can't hear you. Your image is frozen. What happened?
Okay, hi. Can anyone tell me if you guys see me back? I'm very sorry. I'm very. I
Yeah, I lost you.
I was not inside. Dr. YKK, can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Thank God. All right. So where will we? All right. So in the era of ICT, do you think that that technology actually plays a vital role in to actually bring to life the creativity in learning?
Yes, I think the ICT does can do a lot of good for creativity development. But the only problem is that, as I said, the American Pediatrician Association says that the children below 3 should not be exposed. And in fact, my own daughter doesn't allow the children, she's 6 and 8 now, to have their own phone and so.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, kids, they shouldn't be allowed to play with phones when they are younger, lah. Um,
I think we need to invite back. Invite.
Doctor, doctor, testing 1 2 3. Testing. Okay, so I've removed Dr. YKK from the stream a little bit. So let me just like add him back to the stream. So can you guys see him? Okay, all right. So I think there's a really big technical issue right now. So give me like 2 minutes and I will try to fix this. All right. So thank you guys for still staying live with us. So I promise you guys I will do some adjustments for this and then probably we can get back because I'm not seeing Dr. YKK on screen. Wait, connection ada. Oh no, Dr. YKK is not in the stream.
Ours is okay.
Kena re-invite.
Yes, they kick out. Kick out himself.
Internet.
Internet kita kan tak ada.
Internet kita tadi Vicky cakap. Lepas tu disconnect tadi. Sebab kita dia cakap. Lepas tu kick out. Now kena invite balik.
Okay, I've already sent a new invite.
I can go back.
Yeah,
I can go back.
okay, I am really sorry, Doctor, about the inconvenience caused. Yeah, it is probably some technical issues or something like that. All right, so can you continue your answer just now, Doctor?
What was it? The question?
It was about
interact with the children, isn't it?
No, we've already moved on to the implementation of technology inside learning in order to nurture the creativity of children.
See, very important for creative children is that they should spend more time outdoor than indoor. Just like my grandchildren, also my children, them physical activity is more important because physical activity, they are naturally creative. Use the physical activity to explore things. For example, the leaves, why are leaves have different shapes, sizes, right? And look under stones where you can see a lot of insects and all sorts of things. The world is so wonderful. The beautiful flowers, the sky, everywhere is where they can have a bond with nature. And we know that nature is so important now because of so heavily polluted. So if the children have an understanding of nature, explore nature with the parks, and parks are very important. Take the children to the park and examine the beauty of nature, right? So there are many things that you can explore much better, especially at a young age. Cultivate a love for nature instead of spending too much time on ICT. ICT time is important, but it should be much less than what the parents should spend outdoor with the children.
I see. Because what's alarming that I see nowadays when before the MCO, if you go to the parks, if you go to restaurants, the most common thing that I see is children. They are holding smartphones. Even children, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, they already have their own smartphones. And even me, even me, because I actually don't like giving my child anything. But then how am I supposed to like control? Because when I send my child when anyone sends their children somewhere, we can't actually like control the amount of technology that is given to them, right? So how do you think that parents should tackle this issue?
I think but Mr. Fuller, the famous scientist inventor, said that you cannot fight change. All right.
Mm.
So the only thing you can do is to give them a better change. Right.
Wow.
Substitute bad change with a good change. And what you can do is get them excited about other activities, just like my grandchildren. Get them, my daughter, give them other activities which are more active, more dynamic, and they will enjoy much more too. Right. For example, if you take them to a park, to lake gardens or some gardens around, and explore with them. For example, the hibiscus
Mm.
flower. Look at the flower inside. Why is that the statement and statement? So all these things you should explain to them and let them count it themselves. And one of the best way now, like what my children are doing, my daughter has bought for them, is this Google Assistant. Because
Oh.
my daughter, she's a scientist too. The thing is that she too runs out answers. She cannot know everything. None of us can know everything. So we just talk to the Google Assistant and say, I have this worm. There are 3 parts here, and it's about how long. You just talk to the Google Assistant and it will answer you. It's so amazing
Mm.
now.
Yeah, true. With technology now, everything is bendable, I think. Okay, Doctor, we are almost coming to the end of our live sessions, and before that, I want to say thank you to everyone that is still live with us. We have Dr. YKK, and if you guys are going to watch this later on, creative parents create creative children is being discussed by Dr. YKK. All right. So Doctor, we have seen that you have put a few products on Mindappz. You have actually put 3 products on Mindappz, the newest one being a few days ago. So can you just like share with the viewers about your experience in using Mindappz as a marketplace? Because of course we realized that both of us, we were not born in the era of technology, so we actually had to adapt to it. So how easy do you easy I mean, was it easy for you to actually like use Mindappz and upload and the things is it easy, is it similar to like the other social media platforms that you use?
Actually, it is quite easy. I'm 70 now. I still very much in touch with technology. I'm in touch with
Mm,
all the internet development, ICT, and you see that we have something that young people do not have experience. See, just
yeah,
like
true.
Einstein, right? He thinks like a 5-year-old, but he is a scientist. He has the knowledge of a scientist. So what he sees, what he asks, he can actually find answer by himself. Kid cannot do that. See, they have to ask their
Yeah.
parents. So we are actually at an advantage, right? Because of our experience. You see, when you come to an old doctor, for example, and if the old doctor does not keep up with technology, he's a very dangerous doctor. He will
Yeah,
prescribe
true.
you with dangerous drugs that has been outlawed or something because it
Yeah,
doesn't keep
true.
up. But if an old doctor can keep up with technology, they are much better than the new doctors because they haven't gone through the life experiences and haven't gone through
Mm,
so much of patients, seeing so many patients and so on. So they are quite well ahead. So it's very important that actually the young have to work with the old. And in fact, today I always tell a young man, there's much more I can learn from them than they can learn from me because they are very updated with technology. So that should be a fusion of technology and experience. So the
mm.
integration of the young and old working together will be tremendous.
Yeah,
In fact,
I have to agree.
in Netherlands, there was a old folks home, so-called old folks home called Habitat, I could not mistaken. They have a
Mm.
multi-story building, and they put it near the city center. And what happened
Oh.
is that uh, they are retired people and so on, and you would have disco and all these things where the young people come to interact with the older people. So the
Oh,
the older people get energized by the young people, and the young people can learn a lot from old
the old
people, of
people.
experiences, and so on. So this is
Wow.
the sort of society we should cultivate, and not let the old folks stay with themselves among all old folks, where the
Yeah,
energy is very low and
yeah,
everybody gets
and
stressed.
very negative, something like that. But then Netherlands have always been like 4 steps in front of everyone else, right? Wow. Okay. I have never thought of actually like making bridging the gap between elder people and young people. Yeah, but that really sounds like a good idea, lah, Doctor.
Yeah, it has been practiced. Actually, they have done research on this. And in fact, when you go to old folks' home, and one thing I noticed is that they got not so much food they cannot eat. So one of
Yeah.
the things they did that gives a lot of self-confidence back to the old people is for the young girls and boys to go and dance with the old folks, right? In fact, an
Uh-huh.
older woman like the young girls to go there and make up with them and also something rather than give them food. They need more psychological and emotional support rather than just physical support. See? So
Yeah.
these are
True.
the things
True.
that we should experience. We should have a get a group of young people to visit them and dance with them. You see on YouTube, there's so many. For example, an old man sitting in a wheelchair get invited to dance. He suddenly was able to leave his wheelchair and dance with a young girl. Same thing,
Yo.
I think if a young man were to ask an old woman to dance, that will be very exciting too for the old
Yeah.
lady. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. It would be beautiful actually.
So these
Right.
are life's beautiful experiences and very important to also nurture their creativity and imagination and
I
motivation.
see. I see. All right. So, guys, just like what Dr. YKK said, see, using mind apps is very simple. It's very simple even for a person who's adapting to technology, was not born in the era of technology. So, it's simple. If you guys don't know, just open your mouths and ask questions to someone you think that might know. No matter if they are old, no matter if they are young, someone always has something to teach, right? So dah alang-alang I've been talking about that. If you guys want to join the Mindappz family, you guys can contact Miss Zima at 013-974-4480 if you guys want to know more and in how to join our Mindappz family, right? So Doctor, do you have like any last words that you guys that you would want to share to young parents such as me who are not who don't actually have experience much and but who wants to make it better for the future generation?
I think there's only one solution to spend more time with your children, play with your children, and be at their level. Sometimes we are so tall compared to the children. We have to squat down and be at their level and play with
Mm,
them, right? So
I
that
see.
they don't feel intimidated. They look up to you, right? So they strain their neck also, and they don't feel
Yeah,
that they are playing with their
friends or the
kind of people. Yeah. So it's
mm,
very important that children get to the ground and play with them. Sometimes even lie down on your stomach or squat down with them, so that you're at their level. You put them at their level, right? And you have a much more interesting and talk the way they talk. Don't try to use adult language too much.
oh,
This is the age, right? Play with
so
them
Uh, uh,
and
so 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 you mean that sorry doctor, but I just had to like select a little bit there. So you mean to say that when because kids sometimes they babble. So are you suggesting so that even parents we have to follow the way that they talk?
you see what is learning all about.
Um,
Learning is
let,
from learning where you know to where you don't know. All right. So you
mm,
start with where you know first. So what do the children know? Their own language and all that, their behavior and so on. So you start from that level, bring them to a new level. Right? If you
oh
suddenly go to a new level, they will confuse. Right? So you always start
yeah,
from that level. Just like learning.
oh
Right? You
I
don't know how to
see,
learn how to use English language. You can't suddenly
yeah.
English language.
I agree, doctor. Okay, so for young parents out there, you guys need to be more creative in actually raising your children, because they are more creative nowadays. Children, they know a lot, so you guys have to step up to the plate and actually nurture your children creatively, right? So Dr. YKK, I think that is the only that is the time that we have. Do you have like any last words of wisdom, doctor? Just share it to the Mindappz family about anything, any words of wisdom.
Well, the thing is that I think parents should not treat their children as friends, especially when they're young. You know, you must show that they are the parents and so on. That's why the Western culture, which I do not agree, they even call their daddy by their name and all that.
Yeah.
So you must keep your stature as a parent and not go down to that level where the children call you by your name, right? You must always call you as daddy or mommy or so on, and not using your name, right? So that is very important. And also tell them the value of parenting and so on, and let them appreciate. That's why a lot of children today do not appreciate their parents, because the parents never train them to appreciate parents. So it is very important that while they love the children, make sure the children understand the value of parenting, so that when they grow up, they will appreciate parenting too.
I see. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. So thank you so much, Doctor. That was actually that was a very insightful. This is a very insightful interview, especially for young parents like me. Um, uh, I am sorry for the inconvenience caused just now, Doctor. And we would love to have you back on the live session soon. So because I know you are a busy person, you are giving talks here and giving talks there. But please, can you just like make time for us? Make some more time for us next time.
Yeah, sure. I think maybe a proper webinar or something, better, more interaction.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. So to all the viewers, Dr. YKK was actually discussing with me, so that he can actually give out an online seminar. So we are still discussing about it. So you guys have got to wait for it. All right. So and you guys have got to wait, and you guys have got to join in when it happens. All right. Because you don't meet an expert in child raising very often. You don't meet them not face to face, because it's going to be a webinar, but then you can't actually ask them questions, just like the opportunity that you have now. You guys can ask questions, you guys can give comments, and there will be an expert answering you guys. So more about the webinar in our post, so please follow our Facebook page, our Facebook page. All right, so please follow to get more updates and more info. All right, so I think that's all. Doctor, thank you so much, Doctor. And to every viewer, please get all 3 copies from Dr. YKK's products on Mindappz. All right, you guys can find it in the new arrivals. You guys can search for Dr. YKK, and the products will come out. So thank you so much, Doctor. So I will get in touch with you. I will get in touch very soon with you about the webinar. All right.
Okay, sure.
Okay, right, right, Doctor. Bye. All right, bye, Doctor.
Bye.
Okay, all right. So that was the live sessions with Dr. YKK. If you guys are gonna watch this later, that there will be some technical difficulties in the middle, but no matter, you guys can just like skip it if you're not watching it live. And please pay attention to all the things that Dr. YKK has said inside the video. All right. So for tomorrow, Mindappz live session, we are gonna have a special one for you guys. It has not been done yet. So Miss Wawa. So Miss Wawa will actually carry out a special live session in which she will actually discuss with one of our Mindappz teachers. All right, so the banner will come out soon. Okay, so yeah, so that's the banner. If you guys can see the banner. All right, so Cikgu Sophie is gonna explain about the easy steps of learning science. All right, so stay tuned. But the timing is gonna be different. As you guys can see, it's gonna be at 11 a.m. So get your brunches ready and join the party. All right. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Don't worry. So if you guys have anything, any comments, you guys can just like contact us. If you guys want to join the Mindappz family, contact the number you see. You see below here. Wow, I can't believe I'm actually doing that. All right. So that's all for now. So bye, guys. I'll see you guys very soon.